Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah. Joke thing. Benson. Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for joining. We'll talk about warm-ups in a little bit, yeah? Everything good? Just I get my main phone set up. Jesus. Turn off notifications. World boss. 000. Respect, thanks for joining the live. I'll soon get started. In just a couple of minutes, I'll start the live in a couple of minutes, right? If it's the first time you're on a live with me, the live is going to be on recovery modalities, right? Sorry, not recovery modalities. Structuring your warm-up so that you get the best out of your workout. All right. I'll be able to start in a couple seconds. Zoom. All right, so good afternoon. Thanks for joining the live. 1 o'clock. Trying to do more of these so I can spread the word, get the word out to more people. For those of you that don't know me, I am Coach DuWayne Campbell. I'm sorry, the Calabar for Life, which team? Come on, man, you know which team already, man. You know which team. All right? You see, from me see the colors, you know which team. Yeah, man. Congrats. You go good school. All right? But this is not about my affiliation to Calabar. This is about optimizing your warm-up. If you want to try out for the track team, right? If you're a Calabar student and you want to try it for the track team, just come out for training when the team resumes in September. That's all you have to do. All right? It's not more complicated than that. If you're already a student at the school, just go out for the team in September. All right? Calabar for life. All right, so today we're talking about the warm-up. So those of you that are in here, thanks for joining. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And we're going to talk about how to optimize your warm-up so you get the best out of the workout that you're about to do. The reason why I do these lives is to help you guys so that you understand what works, what doesn't work, and how you can structure your own training or help to structure your own training so that you get the best results. The reason why I know that you have to do some amount of work on your own to try and help out your coach is if you're not in a one-on-one coaching situation, hey Savory, thanks for joining over on Instagram. Yeah, new will have a name, boss. From a reach a Calabar already, just go out for the team in September. All right. Unless you're in a one-on-one coaching situation, coaches tend to coach teams. So you're generally going to be doing the same program as everybody else on the team. So, I mean, anybody who understands track and field or sports knows that you're not going to get the same great results as everybody else on the team unless you're doing something specifically to help yourself and also to help the coach to understand how to coach you better, right? Wow. All right, Lucas. Yo, all right, since we're up on the live, Lucas X boy on TikTok. I can help you, but I think maybe the best thing you can do, My Instagram screen handle is the same, kingleo.876. Send me a DM over there, all right? And then I'll try and arrange for you to get a tryout with the sprints coach or the head coach or somebody that does recruiting, all right? But I don't do recruiting for Calabar. I will pass your information along to somebody who does the recruiting, all right? So hopefully that helps. We were at the warm-up. All right, so I'm usually on in the mornings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, trying out some new times, trying to see how I can help as many people as possible. In the warm-up, in the structure for the warm-ups, by the way, those of you that on here that have not followed me as yet, make sure you follow me and turn on notifications so that you can get a little notification when I'm going live. All right, so there are 4 phases to a warm-up. And I know that some of you that may be doing sports from primary school, what you get is a 1-phase warm-up where you go jog some laps and then you do some stretches, and that is the warm-up. But you can go to the YouTube, Lucas X-Boy, you can go to the YouTube. Yes, I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm streaming on TikTok and on Instagram at the same time. All right, so yeah, so generally speaking, everybody thinks the warm-up is just you jog a couple laps and then you sit down and you do some stretches and you reach out and you hold the stretches for a couple seconds, and that's a warm-up. Well, jogging the laps does raise your body temperature, and doing the stretches does help with flexibility, but it doesn't constitute an entire warm-up. The reason for it is this: the warm-up is supposed to prepare you for the workout you're about to do. Well, unless the workout you're about to do is more jogging and more stretching, then how does just jogging and stretching alone prepare you for exercise or for sports? The answer is it doesn't. All right, it doesn't at all. It does work on certain general things that need to and get more people in. More of your teammates, friends, family members can benefit from this. All right, so there's 4 phases to a full warm-up protocol. And for those of you that stick around to the end of the live, I'm going to be giving away my warm-up protocol, the warm-up protocol that I've used with my athletes for the past 2 to 3 months. All right, the general structure though is RAMP. So it's a 4-phase structure. First, we raise the body temperature. Then we move on to activation, then we move on to mobilization, and then potentiation. All right, all of those Ations I'm going to explain in a little bit. But let's start with raising the body temperature. And the body temperature, raising the body temperature is what we were trying to achieve when those simple warm-ups, the simple jog and stretch, the jogging part of that jog and stretch, that's what it's trying to achieve, to raise your body temperature. And it's important because warm muscles react a lot better and a lot faster than muscles that are cold. And by that, what I mean is muscles that have increased the general temperature and blood flow through the body, through the muscles, they do react better to sport stimulus. So you're always going to run faster if you've raised your body temperature than if you're just sitting down and decide to go run a race, or you decide to just hop up off the chair and go play a football game. All right, so raising the core temperature, raising the body temperature does have a significant benefit, but it doesn't end there, and it definitely doesn't end with long posed stretches. Is everybody following me so far? All right, type a 1 if you're following me so far. Just type a 1 in the comment box if you're following me so far, if you understand everything that I've said so far. All right, wonderful. And there are other ways to raise the body temperature. So the jogging is one very general way, and it's worked. And it works at when you're not very good at your sport. All right, thanks. So it works when you're not very good at your sport. So it works when you're training and competing at a very low level, right? And the reason why it works is when you're not competing at a high level, almost any stimulus will work for you, right? But once you start competing at an intermediate or an advanced level, then you have to become much more specific about what you're doing. So raising the core temperature, there are a lot of other activities you can do. I love to include drills, very low level, very low intensity drills, and movements in the warm up to raise the core temperature. And there are also some exercises I sprinkle throughout the whole entire warm up to keep that core temperature up, to keep the blood flowing to different areas of the body so that the athletes can continue to maintain that increased core temperature. Because you don't just want to warm the body up and then don't do anything else afterwards until it's time to go. And then you end up revving the engine, you end up going really intensely at your exercise and hurting and getting hurt, pulling a muscle or getting a joint injury. All right. So raising the temperature has to do with moving your body. Ways like just jogging, or you can move it in very more specific ways at low intensity and low amplitude, meaning low ranges of movement, right? Or increasing ranges of movement depending on the workout you're about to do. The next phase that we'll move to is the activation phase. During the activation phase, we are deliberately putting exercises in that are going to help you to be able to stabilize yourself, meaning the muscles that are super important that you need to be able to recruit in order to perform all the other movements that are included in the rest of your warm-up and your training session, those have to be activated. Just because you're an athlete doesn't mean that you automatically just know how to do everything. You just get up and you jog a few laps and then you can go, right? Unless you're performing and training at really low levels, it's very important for you to follow a protocol that activates the core muscles, right? So the core muscles in terms of all the muscles from the shoulders down to the hips have to be activated. I'll give you an example. I love to include exercises like bird dog and dead bug. Those two exercises are super important, especially since in our society we spend a lot of time sitting. Even right now that I'm on this live with you, I'm sitting, right? We sit to work, we sit to watch TV, we sit to play video games. All right, thanks for joining Denise, Child of God. We sit to watch TV, we sit to eat, we sit to travel everywhere we are going, including on the airplanes. So if you're an athletic person or you're training, hey, thanks for joining, man. Send some likes and remember to follow me. Towards the end of the live, I'm gonna give away my warm-up protocol, my specific warm-up protocol that I've used with my athletes for the past 2 to 3 months. All right, so remember to follow me and just hang around and you'll soon be able to download that warm-up protocol to use for yourself or with your athletes. All right, so I was talking about activation, right? You definitely want to activate the core muscles, the muscles around the shoulder, all the muscles around the spine, and the hip muscles. All right, so your trunk, shoulder, spine, especially the muscles that straighten out the spine, and the hip muscles. And you want to do them in ways that, one, teach them how to stabilize and teach them how to move or rotate in different planes. So you have this level of rotation here in the core through the hips, shoulders, and spine. You have this plane of rotation, right? And you have this level of rotation. And you need to activate all of them, right? And then you need to activate all of them, right? Relative to your sport, DreBud17, thanks for joining. Remember to follow me. All right, so activation is the next important step. So you raise the core temperature. You can do a general activity to raise the core temperature like jogging, riding a bicycle, doing an elliptical machine if you're inside. But but then you want to activate all the core muscles, all the muscles that stabilize the shoulders, all the muscles that stabilize the hips. Then we go through a series of exercises that have to do with mobilizing the joints, right? And mobilizing not just the joints, but the movements that are necessary for you that you need to perform at a high intensity to complete your training or competition. So we're talking about moving from low amplitudes of movement. Hey, thank you for the likes. Yes, Xgar, Rashawn 12, thanks for joining on Instagram. Right, so we're talking about moving now through bigger range of motion. Why are we now able to move through bigger range of motion when in the first three phases all we did was very low intensity, low amplitude movements? Because now we are able to stabilize the core while we are moving, because we woke up all the muscles that are necessary, right? So now when we try to mobilize, we're not just willy-nilly throwing ourselves around, because mobilizing involves moving and stretching while we move, right? And if you're not stabilizing the core, if you're not haven't woken up the muscles that are necessary to stabilize your body through movement, you won't mobilize the right things. You're basically going to pull yourself out of alignment. All right, from mobilization, right, which what we said was stretching your body while moving. So we're talking about leg swings, we're talking about shoulder circles, we're talking about dynamic movements of the limb while maintaining stability of the core. So we're talking about like your leg swings, we're talking about your shoulder, talking about toe touches where you walk, reach forward and scooch your arm down to the ankle. We're talking about different dynamic exercises that are still low in intensity. So you're not supposed to be breathless while doing any of your warm-up, right? But you're supposed to be moving now through all the different joints and movements that are necessary for you to perform your sport at a high level. Night 300, thanks for joining. Remember, tap the screen, send me some likes, and share the live with a couple of your friends with the different specific things that you're going to be doing in your training. And remember, if your training is just you throwing together some exercises, maybe you can get some result from it, but you won't get the best result from it. Right, so when we talk about potentiation, we're talking about some specific things that you can do at the end of the warm-up that actually cause the real exercise program that you're about to do, hopping over hurdles. All right, as long as you do it in very low doses, all those things actually help. Hey, Vaultmark, thanks for joining, Leighton. We're talking about the warm-ups that we do and why they're important to do them that way. All right, so all those things can help to increase some other activity that's coming in the actual main workout. There are certain medicine ball routines that actually potentiate for sprinting, right? And certain other lifts. So you have to know for yourself, or the coach has to know what is involved in the main workout and what are you going to be able to do to actually improve your execution of the different things in the main workout. All right, and that's pretty much it. The potentiation, I like to use drills, activities, jumps, medicine balls, types of exercises, plyometric types of exercises to potentiate for sprinting and jumping. All right, and it depends on the sport that you're doing, because obviously I would not do that with an athlete that is training for table tennis or badminton, but you have to evaluate what it is that you're going to do. And it takes a little bit of research actually to find out what activities potentiate for different sports and different sporting movements. All right, but that is the entire protocol. Mix Up Barry Media, thanks for joining. I'm Coach Campbell. Remember to follow me here on TikTok or Instagram or right, so remember to follow me, and remember also to share the live so that other people can the algorithm can push this out to more people. All right. So I promised that at the end, I would be giving away my specific warm-up protocol that I've used with my athletes for the past 2 months. Now, and Tom, sir, mom said I must not download it so I can text you. I don't know what Tom is. Do not download it so I can. Lucas X boy. Download what? What are you talking about? I'm not sure. Anyways, so in my bio there's a link, the very first link that allows you, once you download it. I'm not sure what you're saying, Lucas X boy. Right? So in my bio there's a link. The very first link in my bio actually shows you sorry, I missed my train of thought. The very first link in my bio is the link that you use to access my training protocol, not my training protocol, my warm-up protocol that I've been using for the past 2 months with all of my athletes that are headed to trials, right? So the trials is coming up in another couple of days that will determine the teams for the World Championships, Commonwealth Games, Caribbean Games, etc. for the Jamaican track and field team. And I've been using a specific warm-up protocol to help with improving in speed and speed endurance for all my jumpers and all my track and field athletes. I'm giving it away. First link in my bio basically is you click on that, you fill out a very short form, and then it gets emailed to you. The link gets emailed to you. All right, so it's very simple. It follows this entire protocol that I've been showing you, which actually optimizes your training, long-term athletic development. Hold on, Lucas said IG, my mom said I must not download it so I can text you and Tom. Or say must not download Instagram. That's okay. If you can't download Instagram, you can't download Instagram. All right, that's cool. You can message me here or just get on the lives. All right, if you follow me and turn on notification, then whenever I go live, you'll get some kind of, I don't know what TikTok sends out. You'll get some kind of notice to say that I'm on a live right now, and you can just hop on there. All right, ask me any question that you want to ask me on there. I'm pretty much just doing these lives to help as many people as I can. All right. So that link in my bio actually takes you to a very short form. Just fill out a couple questions, and you get access to my warm-up protocol that I've been using with my athletes for the past 2 months. And you can actually see examples of how this whole protocol works, the variety of exercises including, and how it contributes to your long-term athletic development. Because in the end, what is it that you want? Lucas X boy, okay. If I can get you in the school. You have to understand, Lucas, me being a coach at Calabar doesn't mean I can get anybody into Calabar. It means that I am employed to coach the athletes that are there. Now, if you are a talented track and field athlete, right, I can try and arrange for you to get some kind of tryout, and the coaches for the different event groups can be there, and they can evaluate you, and they can see, if you're a good fit for the program. If you also have good grades, you do your schoolwork, and you're a disciplined student athlete, then you might be a good fit for Calabar. All right, but just getting you in because you run fast times doesn't really work, because they're going to require for you to do your schoolwork. The other thing about getting into Calabar as an athlete is that there's space requirements, because the school is not infinitely large. The amount of spaces that are available each year, right? Which is why I was saying that just if you send me a DM on Instagram, then I could just collect some information from you and pass it on to somebody who actually does the recruiting, because I don't recruit. All right, I don't do recruiting for track and field. I just coach track and field at Calabar. All right. There's people who have that specific responsibility. I coach whoever is there on September 30th each year. That's it. So I don't know. Maybe you can try sending me a message here on TikTok, and then I will just collect the information from you and pass it on to the managers and the coaches that do the recruiting, and especially the head coach, because the head coach is the person who is in charge of the whole entire team, not me. I'm an assistant coach. I serve the school and its athletes at the behest. Well, that's a very big, it's an easy way to explain it. Cool? All right, Shay Keys, thanks for joining. Remember to follow is the warm-up protocol that I use personally with the athletes that I coach. I'm giving it away to anybody who is interested. It's the first link in my bio. Just go over there, tap on the first link, you answer a few questions, maybe about 3 questions or 4 questions in total, and it gets emailed to you within 24 hours. All right, and it's free. There's no cost to it. I'm not selling it. Just give it away. Hopefully it can help more persons switching to data. Okay. Hopefully by sharing this, giving it away for free to the entire world, whoever is interested in having it, I'll be able to help some more athletes to achieve their long-term athletic development. And that's the real reason why I got into coaching. It really and truly had nothing to do with my own ego or anything else. It was to help athletes achieve their genetic potential, right, and achieve and improve their long-term athletic development. All right, thank you guys for joining the live. Hopefully I'll see you again on another live in the future, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna get ready and head out to training right now. If there's any other questions, you would want to ask it now. Any questions pertaining to the warm-up? Any question pertaining to long-term athletic development or training related questions? Not necessarily related to joining Calabar track team. That's just one fraction of everything that I do with the knowledge that I have as a track and field coach. All right, no question. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'll see you guys again. Maybe later this evening. I'll do another live. Maybe it depends. When I get home from coaching in the evenings, I'm kind of tired. It's kind of difficult. All right. If not, then I'll see you on tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning live, 8 a.m. to about 8:45 a.m. where we'll be talking about training volumes, how to monitor your training volumes, how to monitor your volumes, and why it's important to monitor them. All right, for those back on Instagram, it's kingleo.876. On YouTube, it's Coach DuWayne Campbell. Coach DuWayne Campbell. All right. Let me just type it out. I type it out on TikTok. All right. So it should be pretty easy. Whoop. Anyways, it's easy to remember. I can't bar. All right, I have to get on with getting ready to go to work. So Stacy and Baker 533, thanks for joining. Remember, give me a follow and turn on notifications. So when the next time I go live, you can just hop on real quick, all right, and you won't be late.